Hello, my name is Zuli Rain. I create videos that are all about how to grow your blogging empire and make a living by writing about what you actually love. Today's video is about how to write a blog post in less than 1 hour. Normally, I'm not a huge proponent of speed. I think it's normally better to take your time and really craft something that you're proud of. However, in today's attention economy, it's always a good idea to know how to crank out an article in less than an hour when you need to. There are 4 main elements to writing a blog post in less than 1 hour, and we're going to talk through each of them. The first one is brainstorming, coming up with the idea. The next is the outline, structuring the idea, knowing what your idea is going to look like. The third is drafting, so, actually typing it all out. And the fourth is editing, polishing it and making it fit to publish. Let's break it all down. Number 1, brainstorming. Brainstorming. When you're brainstorming, you are looking for 3 very important things. Number 1, emotion. Do you care about this thing? Make sure that when you dig down and you think about how you feel about it, doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, just has to be real strong. Okay, that's rule number 1 to writing a blog post fast. Number 2, do you have some general knowledge about it? Writing a blog post should always be well researched. Like, you should never sacrifice quality, but in order to do that fast, you should pick a subject where you kind of know a little bit about the area. Maybe you already have some key facts memorized, or failing that, you know where you can find them pretty easily. You're not gonna have to spend a lot of time searching for screenshots or looking for hyperlinks or that kind of thing. You're familiar with the terrain. And number 3, it has to be at least something you suspect other people will care about. When you are writing something, you want to get it done quickly. One of the key motivators is knowing that there's another person at the end of the line. Somebody else is gonna have this in front of their eyeballs and they're gonna care about it just like you do. An example, I recently went to this very small town in Spain called Estepona. I wanted to write about it. I felt very passionately about it. I love this town. I knew a lot about it because I'd just been. And the way that I made it palatable to general audiences, I titled it like underrated things to do in Estepona, Spain. So that attracted some attention. It made people think like, oh, maybe I'll go check it out. And the idea of them reading that made me excited to write it, which was great. Number 2, outlining. When you outline, if you want to do it fast, the fastest way to do it is to have a structure in mind before you begin. There are 4 or 5 that I cycle through on a regular basis. So a classic is a listicle. 10 things you did not know about peperomia plants, as an example. Another really easy to write is a tutorial, a how-to, because especially if it's something that you're knowledgeable about, you can bang through those steps quickly. So stuff like that, where there's a given structure, you already know how you're gonna tackle it, those help outline so quickly. So if you're really looking to get something done fast, I would try to fit your idea into an outline structure that you already have in mind, rather than trying to write like a think piece or like a personal essay. Those take a lot longer to write. They're not the kind of thing that you can crank out in an hour. So I want to show you an outline that I drafted out earlier, just to give you an idea of the kind of thing you're looking for. This is a listicle, as you can see. I've gone for X sites. It's probably gonna be 4 at this point. 4 sites that pay beginners to write articles. I came up with this idea because it's something I feel passionate about. I think beginners should get paid to write no matter how beginning they are. And I don't think that there are enough resources out there to really help these people get paid. It's something I'm knowledgeable about. I've used all 4 of these websites. I know them inside and out. And it's something that I suspect other people care about. That made it a great idea to start outlining. When I went to the outline, this lends itself to a listicle. I probably could have, if I really wanted to, done like a how-to or a problem symptom solution kind of thing if I wanted to, but I don't have to. It lends itself to the listicle. This works great. Perfect, full steam ahead. This outline took me, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes to put together. It took me maybe 5 minutes to come up with this idea. So up till now, it's taken me somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes to get to this point where we have this piece of content before us. So again, I'll reiterate, the more time you spend on your outline, the easier your draft is gonna be. So I'm gonna do a little baking trick that I see them doing in cooking shows. I'm not gonna write out the full draft now because that would be boring for you and probably a little stressful for me. So instead, I'm going to show you the plate of ingredients, put it away, and pull out a fully baked draft so you can see what I've got. So I'm gonna show you how long it took me to write this. So you know that I actually drafted this out really quickly. You can see that my version on May 11th, 303 was blank. May 11th, 328, I have a full draft here. So you can see all this content. You can see I've got about 1,200 words here. I'm gonna tell you a secret though. I didn't type this because I'm not a super fast typer because I have terrible typing posture. I used voice to text. So Google Docs has this awesome voice typing tool. It has typos, but not so many that it takes me more time to fix the typos than it would to write this out normally without typos. So highly recommended. It let me write 1,200 words in 25 minutes, and that's pretty amazing. So let's recap. At this point, I have spent 40 minutes drafting this, outlining it, and coming up with the initial idea. I now have a fully fleshed out draft. Do I publish this? No, I don't. I spend the final 20 minutes of my hour editing the heck out of this. Editing is so important. Editing is going to be what takes your piece from good to great. When you're drafting, at least for me, it's so important for me to just push the words out, especially if I'm in a time crunch. I can spend, 10 or 15 minutes just trying to come up with the perfect next sentence. It's much faster to write a crappy sentence and spend 2 minutes later coming back and saying, oh, okay, I can punch this up by removing this word, by adding that word. So write crap, edit it into good stuff later. For editing, I have a quick checklist that I love to use. So number 1, Grammarly. I run this through Grammarly, especially if I've used voice to text. There's always something I've missed. Grammarly has a bunch of different suggestions that I can take to make this at least readable at a basic level. The second thing I do is I read it out loud. This is boring. Everyone hates to hear this, but you need to do it. Read the whole thing out loud, start to finish. Read it the way you want a reader to experience it, with emotion, inflection, tone, pauses, get excited, share that passion. What this is going to do is it's going to tell you how your piece flows, and it's going to catch the typos that Grammarly didn't catch. So as an example, this is one that is totally okay. Grammarly didn't catch it, but I can catch this by reading it out loud. The third thing I do is I go through each bullet and I say, what's missing? What is a potential reader going to ask me that isn't covered here? And then I go through each sentence and I say, well, can I take this out? Can I take this out and will it still make sense? Does the sentence really add anything? A lot of times I actually delete my whole introduction because that's just to get the juices flowing and it doesn't actually contribute that much to my article at all. And then you're done with the editing and you have a gorgeous article that is ready to submit anywhere you want. You can put it on Medium, you can put it on your website. You can repeat this process as often as you need to crank out articles in less than an hour. So I want to end with a couple of ways to improve your speed. Writing quickly is a skill that you need to develop. There are a couple things you can do to increase your speed no matter where you are in your journey. Number 1, time yourself. You can't improve if you don't know where you're starting. So next time you write a blog post, before you even come up with the idea, start a timer. Say like, okay, I'm gonna start one now. Let's see how long it takes me from start to finish, from coming up with an idea to submitting it, how long that process takes and how long each individual part of that process takes. If it's taking you an hour to come up with an idea, that's a great place to look for improvements. If it's taking you, 3 hours to edit, maybe look for ways to speed that up. But first, you have to know where you're starting from. Timing is everything. Number 2, make yourself wait to write. This is a counterintuitive one, but if you want to write quickly, I find a lot of times it helps to let an idea percolate in your mind a little bit before you unleash your fingers and write what you want to write. And then you'll find that when you sit down to write, your brain has actually done a lot of the hard work already and you're ready to go more than you would have been if you'd started a week ago. Number 3, rely on outlines. So this is what I was saying earlier. Outlines are key to writing quickly. The more you can think in structures, the more you can think in bullet points like that, the faster you're going to get at outlining and then turning that outline into a draft. You can also practice touch typing. This is where I fall short personally. I'm a very irregular typist, but I've got other ways to speed up my writing. It's one of the fastest ways to improve is just get better at typing. It will speed you up. And finally, get better at conveying your idea in fewer words. If you really want to speed up, remove the time typing altogether and just get better at being condensed with what you want to say. Those are 5 strategies you can use to speed up your writing no matter where you are in the process. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to write a blog post in an hour. Where are you in the journey? Let me know in the comments. Are you able to do this? How long does it take you? Is it taking you longer? What are other strategies that you've tried that have worked or haven't worked? Let me know. I love reading my comments. I read and reply to every single one. If you love these videos, please hit subscribe. You can share these with a friend. And if there's anything else you want to know, pop me a question in the comment box below. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video, and until then, happy writing. Bye.